really believe in failure? And do you look at it as a natural byproduct of action and success, really? Have you ever been so passionate about something to where it pulled everything out of you, and all you had to show for it was your couch surfing, or it doesn't necessarily look like it adds up. Everything that you're doing is just to say, I'm sleeping on the floor. You've got this company, yet it doesn't match up, right? The vision of what you have and the reality of where you are, there's a disconnect in that, right? And so he gets to this point where he says, I'm going to look fear in the face. I'm going to look failure in the face. I'm going to block out those opinions of what other people are saying. And when that happens, what did he say you become? A fierce warrior. What would it look like if you had no inhibitions and if you had no fear, and that the opinions of others did not influence what it is you choose to do in life? What would that look like? Change the way that you think about your money. When you get your paycheck, the first thing that you should do is pull out your money, put it in a savings account that does not have a card attached to it. So that way, if you have to get it, you got to get up and go into the bank and get it. Stop making it so easy for you to touch your money. Feel your money. All these cards that you swipe, you don't feel your money. Sections $150, I love you. Sections $150, you just swipe in, you Apple Paying, you just never see your money. You never see it. But I guarantee you, if you had 8 20s in your pocket, if you had 10 20s in your pocket, and I told you, hey, this is going to be $150, you had to go in your pocket, you had to pull out those 20s, you would feel that. And you would think about that before you gave it to someone. Now I look at myself and it's like, okay, well, what do I own in this? What do I own in moving back home, and what I choose to have in life, what I'm going in life? And my mom told me once, she was like, you'll get low enough to where you'll decide this is the bottom. And then that's when you start taking ownership of stuff. That's when you start moving forward. So then that's when you find a solution. Your actions determine your outcomes. You get really focused and intentional, like you said, on what it is that needs to happen in life, right? Because you once were that victim. We all were. No one said that we have a culture of being raised as victims. So nothing is anybody else's fault, right? I didn't pass that class because the teacher wasn't great. I didn't do well in this industry because the market was bad. Whatever it is, it's never our responsibility. But what we're saying is that an accountable person, first of all, they own it, and then they find a solution, and then they get on with it, right? What you do determines what you get.
And that separates those that succeed and feel the pain of being in a commission-only job, and those that thrive where it's not even about the commission. I guarantee you, it's the level of work and engagement that they have with the market center. Those that come to trainings, those that are learning how to build a client base and build a predictable flow of leads, they are the ones that do not experience that drought of, oh my gosh, I don't have any business. And I can tell you, your actions directly correlate with your income. So when you find those that are like, oh, I tried real estate, it didn't work out, be bold and ask them, what kind of training were you engaged?
Well, okay, so Chad, let's use you for example, right? You've got a busy semester, okay? And you're doing a lot of stuff. And now you're hitting your senior year, and you've got applications and getting into the next level, right? And so now you're going to get extremely purposeful, because what you've been doing is just entrepreneurial. Remember we talked about the success, do you have to be productive? Do you have to be intentional to be successful? And we use that example of the classroom. Like, what is it like if you took a class that just naturally you were good at, and so you didn't have to invest the extra hours into studying? So that's being an entrepreneur, okay? This is your natural talent. An entrepreneur is somebody successful at what they naturally do, right? There's nothing special that you did. It's just, this is who you naturally are. You got away with words. You got away with business. You got away, you're very talented. This is who you are. And that's going to get you to a ceiling, right? That's not going to last forever. So how do you get through this ceiling of achievement? Absolutely. You shift from becoming entrepreneurial to purposeful, which means that you get very intentional in what it is that you
We talked about going from entrepreneurial to purposeful. And an entrepreneur is just who you are naturally versus that purposeful person, which is knowing where you choose to go. Okay, so how much powerful will your next semester be knowing this information and knowing that these are key relationships that lead towards a wealthy life, right? Which includes abundance in all areas. Would that help provide you maybe more clarity on if this is where you should be, right? And then taking ownership of those decisions and what actions do I need to take? What do I need to do differently? If you can't fill these holes with people, what do you need to do differently with where you choose to spend your time? And choosing those relationships we get into. Gary Keller says he looked and he realized that he never worked for anyone that didn't become a millionaire. But whether he intentionally knew that they were that successful or whether he later found that out. And that comes from knowing who you choose to surround yourself right. It's not just saying I'm gonna take a summer job at Foot Locker because Foot Locker is hiring. It's really thinking about where do I choose to go and who do I choose to model. And so from there, what characteristic, what key traits am I looking for? What are those things in their personality? Because even as you're in college, you're gonna find those people, right? I mean, this is when you start building those relationships that are going to carry you into your adulthood. And so you're looking at these relationships. What characteristics do they have? What are you attracted to? And that all comes from knowing what your purpose is. What's your personal mission? We're all in the business of growing our market soon, right? And so you have these conversations and you see them on Facebook and it's like, oh, I'm so busy, and oh, I'm so this, and oh, I'm so that. And you're thinking like, man, we've got such great tools. We've got such great office, and you just want to give them all of this, right? So I was talking to a friend and I was like, it's like if you're in a desert and you have somebody and they're like, oh, I'm so thirsty, and you're sitting next to a refrigerator and you got bottles of water and they're like, oh, maybe I should dig a hole for some water. And you're like, I got some water, right? Well, maybe I should go across town. And you're like, but I got some water. And so my friend says, well, if you enable the unable, they'll never become stable. That's fine and that's great. However, I still got water.
I'm Sloan, and I am a world changer.